changes, but God changes not. The power never changes that lies in his thoughts. Let us read from God proceeding. May we ever love and true. Goodness, truth, and beauty leading. Every day in all we do. Some things are screening God's glory below. But this is the meaning of all that we know. Let us read from God proceeding. May we ever love and true. Goodness, truth, and beauty leading. Every day in all we do.
It's Monday morning. There's talk of a weekend when 100 different things were done. Endless chat before the school bell will start the day officially. But school has already begun for some children and their teachers. Mr. Knight takes his work to and from school like an invisible passenger. And Miss Porritt, too, thinks about the day and the English lesson she's prepared, and if it will go well. But in the classroom now, there's work to be done. Mavis comes early to unlock and make ready for the day. Madeline and Leslie, well organized this morning, are halfway through their flowers and gossip. They like coming to school. So does Peter. For here, children are accepted as children.
1, 2, 3. Oh, have you got any sticky ones? No. Oh, yes. Have you got it there? Okey-doke. 1, 2, 3. Oh, do you collect these? No, I don't. What are you Mac for?
Oh, well, that's my mum. She believes in wearing raincoats, and I come from a long way, so I like to bring it just to feel safe, see?
On Saturday night, I stayed up till 10:15 to see a play. It's called The White Tower. Did you see it? Yes. Wasn't it good? Yeah. What part did you like best? Well, where the man fell down the mountain. So did I.
Peter, I found these 5 francs.
How much do you think it's worth? Morning, Mrs. Waddle.
Morning, Mr. Booth.
Morning, Miss
I
Potter.
don't know.
Well, where would you go to find out?
A money shop.
A money shop? Can you think of a... Morning, Miss Wilson. Can you think of another name for a money shop?
A bank.
Now in each classroom the jobs are done. School begins for everybody when they are together and quiet and ready for assembly.
Good morning, girls and boys.
Good morning, sir.
The service this morning will be taken by Barbara and Roger.
Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God, and knoweth God. He that loveth not, knoweth not God, for God is love. In this was manifested the love of God toward us, because that God sent his only begotten Son into the world, that we might live through him. Beloved, if God so loved us, we ought also to love one another.
Keith is in Mr. Herbert's class of 11-year-olds.
1.
Their first lesson is arithmetic. After Mrs. Clark has been given the numbers for school dinner, the questions will fly once Mr. Herbert starts his usual warm-up.
2/3 of a yard.
2 feet.
0.5 times 0.5.
2.5.
Think again.
0.25.
What's the LCM of 3, 4, and 2? Robert.
12.
What fraction of a pound is 2 6/10? Sheila. Pat.
8.
A quarter times a quarter. Rick.
16.
How many days in a leap year?
366.
Decimal fractions of a pound. 0.125 of a pound.
10 sixpence.
0.375 of a pound.
7 and 6.
0.625 of a pound.
12 and 6.
0.7 of a pound.
14 shillings.
0.875 of a pound.
17 and 6pence.
Good. Now this morning we're going into the hall to do some practical arithmetic.
Robert likes it best when he can do something, and so do most children. Down the corridor, younger classes in the middle of science, and all you need is your curiosity. Jam jars, candles. These are the Bunsen burners, the retorts. Water, vinegar, baking powder are your chemicals. And they're enough to send a cork flying. And Roger's mind after it, anxious for the reason why. What's recoil? What's friction? What's magnetism? Each small group's after a meaning to the everyday things. And Mr. Knight isn't handing out any ready-made answers either. He's helping them on to think and look and find out for themselves.
Full bend, guys.
Whenever possible, every teacher here splits his class into groups. Mr. Graves knows from his own experience the dangers of mass teaching. If a child needs help, whatever the subject, he wants to be able to give it. He doesn't want any of his children getting behind and giving up the struggle. Like many teachers nowadays, he doesn't see children as nuisances to be licked into shape. He enjoys working with them. You've got to be a good teacher. Mr. Herbert's class is measuring the height of the hall. Robert used his homemade clinometer, and he and his group are discovering that geometry and arithmetic work well together and make sense. Another group uses poles to get the height as a check for everybody else, who has to rely on figures and angles. Some people would call this chaos. For them, a real school is where lessons are rigid, where there's only the discipline of fear in classrooms that are dead. But no one here would agree with them.
No, he wasn't playing golf. He was playing a game of bowls. There was Lord Howard of Effingham, Drake and several. They were playing. Plymouth Hoe is a great...
Miss Bettles has all her life been helping children to learn. She believes, like Miss Wilson and all the staff here, that discipline comes not by nagging children, but by capturing their imagination and letting them know they're important. The first 2 hours of school are over. A break for 15 minutes. Time for some energy to be restored and spent. In the private world of playing children, the generous, the selfish, the show-offs, quiet ones, boasters, dreamers, the aggressive and the timid ones come together. And friendship and hate swap places. There are children from homes where there is indifference, where there is love, where they're not wanted. The only child, the sickly child, the outgoing, the child labelled difficult, brothers and sisters, the average, the backward, the gifted, they're all in this primary school from the age of 7 until they leave at 11. The spirit of any school is created by the headmaster and his staff.
Thank you very much, Norma. Put it down there.
The atmosphere in the staff room filters through to the classrooms. When you're a teacher, and with the same children almost all day and every day of a school year, you have to remember you're continually on show as a human being. Your sense of justice, your behavior matters. Adaptability, too. The imagination to change an approach when marking shows a lesson hasn't gone over so well. Your enthusiasm and vitality, all these qualities affect very largely how much the gifted, the backward, the selfish, and the generous child will learn, and the kind of adults they will become. This is one of 3 classes of 9-year-old children. Miss Porritt has this morning taken them in geography and algebra. Now it is English composition. Over the weekend, Miss Porritt drew some people for her children to describe. She starts with the farmer.
What is he doing? What's he doing, Sally?
He's cutting the corn.
Yes? What is he using to cut the corn? What do we call this piece of machinery that he's got here? Donna?
A sieve.
No, it's not a sieve. She's started with the right letter, hasn't she? What is it? Anybody else know the real name for it? Colin?
I think he's cutting the corn with a kind of a, scythe.
Do they use them nowadays? Susan?
No.
What do they use? Paul?
Combine harvesters.
That's right, a combine harvester, quite often, yes. Now, look at the words tall, jovial, bushy, blue. What are they all? Colin?
Adjectives.
Yes, what's an adjective?
A describing word.
That's right. They all tell us about this man. His build. How is he built? He is
Strong.
strong, yes, but let's have something about the way he's built. Well, supposing you were describing me, what would you say about that? Paul.
Tall.
Tall, yes. What else?
Thin.
Thin. Anything else? Another word for thin. You don't usually say people are thin. They are... What? What do you think? Go on, say what you think. What do you think, Celia?
Skinny.
Skinny, yes. Would you say I was skinny? Would I like it if you said I was skinny? No, not very much. Now, there's a word that's a bit kinder than that. Who knows it? Judith?
Slim.
Yes, slim, that's better. I would like it if you said that. Who's been to the circus and seen a clown? Everybody. Right, hands down. Did you enjoy it? Yes. Why? Isabel?
They're funny.
They're funny. Now, there's a good word to describe our clown. There's one word we've got. He's funny. What's the matter, Paul?
Nothing.
Well, if you've got anything to say, let's all hear it. Do you want to tell us?
No.
Well, then, keep quiet. Right, let's go back to our clown and our first look at him. He's funny. What is he doing, Linda?
Let's throw a ball.
Good girl. Balancing the verb. What word tells us about verbs? Margaret?
Adverbs.
Right. Now, who can give me an adverb telling me how he's balancing? Gordon?
Balancing steadily.
Steadily. Good. Another one? Brenda?
Cleverly.
Yes. Marilyn?
Carefully.
Carefully. I expect he is doing it carefully. It probably is high up in the air. Quentin, have you been to the circus?
Well, I've seen it on television.
Yes. So you know what a clown does. What does he do?
Well, he does tricks.
What sort of tricks?
Pouring buckets of water over other people.
Yes. Do you like that?
Yes.
Asking her children to talk of their own experiences is Miss Porritt's way of getting them in the habit of expressing themselves well. Paul said thin, Celia skinny, Judith slim. Everyone's learning that words have to be weighed and measured, and this they'll have to do when they write about the drawings. At this age, though, writing is a slow business, so Miss Porritt gets them to try their opening sentences out loud, and Neil is the first ready with his.
The clown is a very foolish person.
Yes. Can you add something?
He often tries to do foolish tricks like bouncing on a ball on a very high tight wire, but he has to have a safety net underneath him in case he falls off.
Helping children to speak well and confidently is something Miss Porritt does all through every day. The best time for them to practice, though, is when they act together in a play, making up their own dialogue as they go, and this they'll be doing in the afternoon. In the dinner break, teachers long to sit and chat. But there's an art lesson to prepare, running practice, country dancing. When you work with children, time always seems short. Shorter still when you're on dinner duty as well. Most children want to rush in, bolt their food, and rush out again to play. Yet when they eat here together, the dining hall becomes more than a feeding centre. As at morning assembly and at play, the school is together, but this time in small family groups. School was a place where the 3 R's were always stressed, and they still matter here. But they've added a fourth: responsibility. In this school, it's the main part of one subject that never appears on any timetable. Yet it's one that affects all the children, for every day they're learning to live together. Now there is time to play before school begins for the afternoon. Flick'ems has been a favourite game for years, though some of the pictures have changed with the times. Leslie and Robert flick their wrists and supersonic planes land close to British birds. Ballistic missiles cover flags of all nations. Art begins the afternoon for Mrs. Horseman's children, whose average age is 8. Again, a class in groups. And they're working together on 2 murals. When Susan has finished her fish, it's to be cut out and pasted with the others on Jan and Philip's painting of Under the Sea. This insect, that one hopes John has never seen in his garden, will be one of many to go on the spider's web Mavis and Geoffrey are doing. On the face of it, a nice, easy lesson for a teacher. But Mrs. Horseman has to keep each child's interest alive. Their ideas are sometimes way ahead of their ability, and they can easily get depressed and say they've finished, even though they're dissatisfied. That first excitement won't return with the telling off, but confidence may grow from talking colours, shapes, and ideas. Helping too much is a temptation, but children have better ideas anyway. After all, Mrs. Horseman would never have thought of putting a top hat on her insect. In this school, though, reading has priority. These children are in Mr. Knight's class, and they're 11. The first part of the lesson over, textbooks are put away. And this group settle down with their own choice from the school library or home. It gives them practice, and Mr. Knight time to help those children for whom reading is, as yet, no pleasure.
The animals and the dogs, and far from sight, a crowd of birds streamed overhead, the fire spread blazing among the grass. It blew with the wind till all the earth seemed afire.
Terry was so small and he...
No, is he not?
And his legs were short and fat and his steps were slow.
Now you're running right past those full stops again. Read that sentence again. Start with Terry, and remember when you come to full stop, drop your voice.
Terry was so small and his legs were short and fat and his steps were slow.
That's better, carry on.
Linda almost dragged him along. Run, Terry, run, she began.
No, she didn't begin. She... Look at it. No. Build it up, come on, but...
Big.
Now you've dropped it full stop again, haven't you? Now look, just a minute, everybody. After that second run, do you know what that thing's called? Barry? That little tiny mark.
I know it is.
What's it called, Christopher?
Exclamation.
An exclamation mark, yes? What do you think it means?
It's slow. Slow.
No, I don't think you have to go slow. An exclamation mark. If I jammed you in the ribs like that, what would you say? Ow. Yes, let's try it again. Ow. And the idea is, when you have an exclamation mark, you're supposed to say it as though somebody's startled, you see? Run, Terry, run, like that, you see? Try it again.
Run, Terry, run.
She, drop your voice, begged, that's right, Christopher.
In front of her, she saw the old hut.
No, not the whole hut. Try it again. The old hut.
In front of her, she saw the old hut.
The old hut. Try again.
In front of her, she saw the
old...
The old...
No, not the old hut. The old hut.
The old hut.
Good, that's it.
That was exactly halfway between the hilltop and the farm. Only halfway.
Good.
Linda knew that however fast they ran, now they would never reach home in time. The fire was almost upon them.
Right, Christopher, your reading is going on quite nicely. Well done.
Oh, Michael, the clash on the cymbals comes at the end of the piece, not the beginning, like that. Now, let's not have anybody else spoiling it. Think what you're doing this time. Look at Judith. When you're ready.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, now, children, that's not good enough. Somebody played right over that long note. You know where it comes. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, long note. Now, get it right this time. Try again, Judith.
1, 2, 3.
better. Well done, Judith. Now, we just have time for one more verse before we go back to class, and then we can do the play. Who wants to be in the play? Now, I think we're all ready to begin, aren't we? Don't forget the squire's house is over there by the window, and this is the street outside where the children are all playing. Now, off you go.
I just want to be out there, playing with those.
Your father said you wanted to go out, but I'd like to be out.
I'd like to, it's sunny enough.
Now remember, you mustn't play with those kids.
Oh, all right.
They're too dirty.
Quentin, come and play with us. Quentin, come out and play with us.
Don't,
All right.
don't go.
Come on.
You'll play with me.
Remember your father's orders.
No. Anyway, we'll go out and play. Come on. I'm glad you've come to play with us.
Oh, it's better than being indoors.
Try rotten the way they treat
I
you.
agree. That cat is all in trouble too. You can't be sure they're not watching us.
No.
Come play with us.
No, come.
Just a minute, children. Whatever does it sound like?
The monkey house.
Yes, that's about right, Gordon. Now, give the other people a chance. Go on, Colin.
Please, sir, look out there. She's playing with the other people.
Right. I must do it. Benjamin.
Come
What's
on.
the matter?
Look out that window. You'll see.
Come here, Quentin.
Now you're for it.
I warned you before not to play with them kids, and you disobeyed me. So now you have to go to London and be apprenticed.
What about money?
Here's 2 pence.
That's not much. It won't get him very far.
He doesn't deserve a lot.
Why did you let Quentin play with those children? You disobeyed me.
Sorry, Lord. So you should be. You wouldn't listen to me.
Don't make excuses. You're sacked.
What about some money?
You don't deserve anything.
Go on, to London.
Now, they've gone off to London. What was the next scene going to be? Ivan?
7 years later.
Yes, and it's in Anne's home. Ready, Anne? Go on, then.
I wonder what has happened with Quentin.
So do I.
I must go to bed now. Good night. Don't get into any mischief. Good night, Anne. It's getting late. You must go home now. Yes, I think so too. Here's your coat. Cute. Here's your hat. Cute. I'll see you in the morning.
No, Margaret. Not in the morning. What has she forgotten?
The plan.
The plan. Did you forget?
Oh, well, I'll come back at midnight for you. I have a plan. I am very excited, and I'm looking forward to it. It's about escaping to London. I am really looking forward to it. Good night. Good night.
I hope she's ready.
So do I.
Is this the right window
Yes.
here? Anne, wake up. Anne, wake up. Hurry. You must not let your mother know that you're up.
Here.
Come on. Are you sure your mother's not awake?
I'm quite sure.
Hurry, we must get on
Come
quickly.
quickly.
Off to London, we must.
I'm so tired.
Now, the next scene will be where they're halfway to London. How do you expect they'll look then? Yes, Carol?
Very tired.
Yes, because they've come a long way, so let's see you looking tired.
I've missed Quentin such a lot.
So has everybody else. Hello, where are you going? Oh, we're going to London. So am I. I'll take you.
I can't walk another step. I must sit on this grassy bank.
Well, if you're resting, I'll have to go on, but I'll leave you a map. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Goodbye. If you'll stay, I'll sleep against this tree.
Oh, no, Colin. Did you hear what he said? No. Take your hand away from your face when you speak.
If you sleep there, I'll rest against this tree.
We've got Peter and Quentin on their horses now, so let's make the horse noise.
Hi there! Oh, hi. Have you got any spare food for my friends and I?
Peter has. Get it in the quick.
There you are.
There you are. Thank you very much.
Where did you come from?
Well, I'm just coming from London.
Where were you born?
I was born in Islington.
Perhaps you could tell us about the bailiff's daughter.
Do you know the bailiff's daughter? Oh, yes, she died 7 years ago. Take everything I've got, my horse as well. But I am the bailiff's daughter.
You?
Yeah, well, let's go and get married. And I'm ready to be your bride.
Good old Quentin. Found the bailiff's daughter at last. Hop on the wheel.
No, Robbie.
Good. Did you enjoy it? Yes, I think they did very well. Now, the bell has gone, children, so we must go now. Don't forget your things for tomorrow. Cuttings for topic books and news for the news sheet. All right? Yes. Quietly then stand. Straight out, down the corridor.
Monday afternoon is at an end. There's talk of 100 things to do. Endless chat now that the school bell has brought the school day officially to an end. But the day is not yet over for some teachers and their children. Miss Wilson gives her advice as generously as her time, and Peter listens, glad that she's there to help him beat his own best. Because the teacher's concern for the children doesn't end when the bell rings, nor does a child's affection for his teacher. Leslie and Vernon stay behind to help Mr. Knight organize the stage for the school concert, glad to be needed and given responsibility, while Miss Porritt rehearses her recorder group, who appear twice on the program. Later this evening, she too will be rehearsing with the town choral society she belongs to. A teacher's life outside the school is often full to the brim with other work, in local government, in the church, in a film society, or a youth club, giving time to things they enjoy doing, things which make them people of wider interest, and therefore better teachers. When children leave school at the end of a busy day, they're going home to another world. How far apart these worlds remain is up to the parents and the teachers. No child should be torn in half, for no child just takes his brains to school and leaves the rest behind. He brings his very being, his fears, his interests, his hopes, and sometimes his love. Throughout every new day at school, each child looks to his one teacher. But one teacher may have 40 children to care about, each one needing something different, something special. They say it takes a month for a teacher to weigh up a class. It takes the children about a week to weigh up their teacher.